So what we have here is a very early Amstrad game, a launch game, and very typical for the Amstrad, it's a conversion of a game that already exists. This is a Spanish game, Bugaboo the Flea, I think it's called. So it's a very old cassette, but as I always say, cassettes are a lot more reliable than you might think. This tape deck is very dangerous for cassette tapes. Sometimes it just completely chews them up. So I'm taking a bit of a risk here, but here we go. I think we might be okay. You know, I think all of my Amsoft games work still. When we got our Amstrad, we got a box of about 50 games, I think. Or was it 30? Well, it was quite a lot anyway. You can see there that's the controls on screen, but there's no joystick option. So you only really have two controls, and that's for jumping left or jumping right. That great big pterodactyl is on it. So the aim of the game is to just get back out of the cave again and avoid the bird. There's a lot of dithering, isn't there? I don't think they really needed to do all that. I mean, it does look quite nice. I think a lot of early computer games were quite badly made, but this seems to be pretty good, and it makes pretty good use of the hardware. It moves at a really nice pace, doesn't it? I think this is really well programmed, actually. The trouble is, if you hold down one of the jump buttons and it gets to the maximum strength, it just goes back down to 0 again, and it will just loop forever. So you do have to get the timing right. And apparently that thing kills you. It's one of those games where a game can be a very short experience. It does have a bit of a just one more go factor. Oh god, I didn't even know he was there. I haven't even got any points yet, have I? It looks a bit scruffy when it moves, and I think that's because it uses the Amstrad's built-in hardware scrolling, which very few games actually do. Probably the reason why very few games do is because it's so scruffy. Now this is just a guess on my part, but I think what it is, the Amstrad is made up of parts that already existed, and they weren't fine-tuned to work with each other properly. So you do have hardware scrolling, but it's a little bit of a nightmare to get it working, to get it looking good. And so most people just didn't bother. Now I could be wrong, but Roland in the Caves and Roland on the Ropes were the first two games written for the Amstrad. They wanted 50 pieces of software available for the launch of the machine. Which sounds pretty ambitious really, but they delivered. It's quite a sensible idea, because if you want a computer shop to start selling your machine, it's a little bit more attractive if you can say to them, someone's going to buy this computer, but they're going to come back into your shop and they're going to buy some games from your shop as well for this computer. Oh, I nearly made it out. Oh, damn it. Oh yeah, if you use the arrow keys, you can actually move the screen around yourself. This game does move very fast, doesn't it? It's a shame that so many Amstrad games are really slow. There's an awful lot of Amstrad games that were just really, really slow. I think the machine itself is quite slow. It is a very, very basic game. I mean, it's so basic, there is only one layout. I think the layout stays the same, but I think there's new dangers on the floor as you progress. I was determined to at least make it out once. Alright, so I finally made it out. That is Roland in the Caves. And it's not... You can't really give a game like this a really high score. It's over so quickly and there's not much to it, but it's programmed really well. And as short as it might be, it's fun for that little time that you will be playing it. I approve. Thank you for watching.